Have you ever wished you could read people instantly to understand their real motives, fears, and desires in just a few moments? Great thinkers, from Nietzsche to Jung, have left us timeless truths about human behavior that make this possible. Today, I'll explore 15 psychological and philosophical insights that will help you see beyond appearances and understand people on a deeper level. Nietzsche once wrote, "Talking much about oneself can also be a means to conceal oneself." People's words are often masks, but their actions rarely lie. If you want to read someone, don't just listen to what they say, observe what they do. A colleague may insist they're confident, but if their body shrinks in meetings and they avoid eye contact, their actions reveal insecurity. Watch for consistency between words and actions. When they don't match, trust the actions. Carl Jung said, "The persona is that which in reality one is not, but which oneself and others think one is." We all wear masks online, at work, even in relationships. People shape how they're perceived. To read them, you need to ask, what's behind the mask? Someone who appears overly cheerful might be hiding sadness or insecurity. Notice when the mask slips through micro-expressions, tone changes, or contradictions. Sigmund Freud argued that the unconscious drives much of our behavior. Modern psychology agrees our decisions are shaped more by emotion than logic. As Daniel Kahneman put it, we think of ourselves as rational beings, but we are more often storytelling creatures than reasoning ones. If you want to understand someone, don't just ask what they think, ask what they feel. Nietzsche observed, "In individuals, insanity is rare. But in groups, parties, nations, and epochs, it is the rule." Conflict, whether in politics, workplaces, or families, pulls the mask away. When stress rises, the polished version of someone falls apart, and their core traits come to the surface. Notice how they behave in conflict. Do they get defensive, manipulative, empathetic, or withdrawn? That's often their truest self. Ernest Hemingway once said, "The most important thing in communication is hearing what Eisen said. Pauses, hesitations, and omissions tell you as much as words." If someone avoids answering a simple question, they may be concealing something. Silence isn't emptiness, it's a signal. Carl Jung explained, "Everything that irritates us about others can lead us to an understanding of ourselves." People often project their inner world onto others. Someone who constantly accuses others of lying may themselves struggle with honesty. Pay attention to what people criticize or admire in others. It often reflects their own personality. Albert Mehrabian's research showed that 93% of communication is nonverbal tone, gestures, facial expressions. Crossed arms, clenched jaws, shifting eyes, these reveal emotions people may never say aloud. Learning to read these subtle cues is like unlocking a secret language. Seneca said, "Show me how a man spends his time, and I will tell you what he values." Look at where someone spends their hours. If they claim family is important, but always prioritize work, their true values are revealed. Time is the clearest mirror of values. Mahatma Gandhi once said, "The true measure of any society can be found in how it treats its most vulnerable members." Watch how someone treats waiters, cleaners, or people who can't offer them anything in return. That shows you their true character. Nietzsche reminds us, there are no facts, only interpretations. People are walking contradictions. Someone may preach generosity, but act selfishly. These inconsistencies aren't mistakes, they're windows into hidden motives. The gap between ideal and behavior tells you what they're struggling with. Aristotle said, "We are what we repeatedly do." One lie could be an accident. A pattern of lies reveals a liar. One act of kindness might be luck, but repeated kindness shows true compassion. To read someone, track patterns, not isolated events. Jung noted, "Where your fear is, there is your task." What people fear often points to what they value. Someone terrified of public failure may deeply crave respect. Someone afraid of loneliness may secretly long for love. To understand desires, study fears. Nietzsche said, "The devil is in the details." How someone shakes your hand, the books on their shelf, the way they speak to strangers, all are small details that reveal hidden aspects of character. Pay attention to the little things. They often say more than the big declarations. Leo Tolstoy wrote, "All men live not by reason of any care they have for themselves, but by the love for them that is in other people." People want recognition, respect, validation. Much of human behavior, career choices, fashion, even arguments, comes from the desire to be seen and valued. Recognize this need, and you can better understand why people act the way they do. Heraclitus, the Greek philosopher, said, "Character is destiny." In the long run, people can't escape who they really are. Short-term impressions can deceive, but over time, character patterns repeat. To truly read someone, don't just judge them in one moment, watch the arc of their behavior. So, how do you read people instantly? You don't need to be a mind reader. You just need to be an observer of actions, silences, contradictions, and patterns. Remember the words of Friedrich Nietzsche, "Invisible threads are the strongest ties." By learning to see those invisible threads, the emotions, fears, and desires beneath the surface, you can understand people in ways they may not even understand themselves. If you found these insights valuable, imagine what mastering them could do for your relationships, career, and self-understanding. Subscribe for more wisdom from philosophy and psychology, and keep learning how to see the world and people more clearly.